Okay, well today we're joined by lovely Satine Spark. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
We're shooting a few little bits today for various sites. Satine, so people get to know a little bit more about you. Can you tell us all where you're from?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Midlands and then I decided I wasn't close enough to the seaside, so I moved down south.
Ah, lovely, lovely. And you've been in the industry for a while now. How are you finding it?
Yeah, it's really, you meet so many people in this industry. It's quite a social place to be. You get to do very unusual things that you wouldn't in your normal day job. So it's very varied.
And it must have changed quite a bit since you started a few years back now.
Yeah, it's changed massively. From when I started out, it feels like a very different industry. A lot more technology has just evolved and improved. That now you have, VR porn. I couldn't even imagine that existing when I started. And then obviously the amount of internet access we now have, and porn sites that are like social media sites. I think when I started, Twitter didn't exist. So yeah, it's changed a lot. There's a lot of new things, and the one thing that's really exciting about it, I think, is that it's very innovative, and porn tends to stay very ahead of the game with technology. So that's exciting.
So it sounds like you're enjoying your time in it. Can you still remember your first scene?
Of course.
And what was that doing? Was that just a solo thing, or was that something more?
No, I'm one of those people that likes to go in at the deep end. So I started off with a boy-girl scene,
Wow.
which I did for a company who were called Relish, who aren't around anymore. That was back in the day of DVDs, which obviously are still here, but that was the main thing. And yeah, I had a lovely performer from America who I worked with, and I loved it. I did my scene and I've never looked back.
So when you're doing it, what would you describe as being the Satine Sparks signature move? What are your specialities?
I think I have the gift of the gab. A lot of fans say that they really enjoy all my dirty talk. I think it's because I have quite a sweet, kind face, but what comes out of these lips is utter filth.
So it's the girl next door vibe with lashings of porn on top.
Mm.
So what is your favourite type of scene to do?
Well, I definitely find what I enjoy changes as I get older, and the different types of content that I shoot. I go through phases of what's fun at the time. So currently at the moment, my favourite thing to film is Wham, which is wet and messy. So it's working with food and sploshing it all over each other, which all getting very, very wet with lots of water. It's very fun and light-hearted, and it reminds me of being a kid again.
And is that the kind of thing you watch when you're watching porn, or what's your flavour when you're watching?
No, when I watch porn myself, I'm a really big fan of really amateur couples having sex on camera. I just love how I get to share in something that, especially with a couple are very intimate, and I like being able to share that experience with them when they're willing to put that out there on camera.
Yeah,
so
cool.
It's really intimate and it's sexy. It's fun watching them fumble, and make mistakes and, enjoying themselves. I like watching that. It's very natural.
Cool. So when you're chilling, what's your favourite types of foods? If you're going to eat something of choice, what you're having?
I am a big fan of curries. I love a good curry. And I'm also a really big fan of Mexican food. Those two, anything, a little bit of spice and some nice yummy flavours. They tend to be my go-to foods when I want a treat.
And similarly, so you're sitting at home and you're eating some food, what are you watching on the telly?
Oh, well, I have quite a varied mix of things I like to watch, but I really do quite like British comedies. So I rewatch a lot of old ones. But currently, I am actually rewatching Stranger Things, and I'm also watching SpongeBob SquarePants.
So for the people that, the many people that already enjoy your stuff, they'll know all about this. But for those that may be not so familiar with your work, where can people see you in action? What's the best place for people to go and buy your stuff?
So I do have my content in a few places, but not too many. You can find all my most up-to-date content is all on my OnlyFans page. And then I also do have some content over on my ManyVids. And most of it is all linked. You can, if you forget those places, you could just go onto my website, which will direct you to those websites, which is satinespark.com. So it's nice and easy.
And we're now putting up your Twitter tag, so people can go follow you on Twitter and see what you're up to. And just like to thank you again for popping by and for chatting to us. And it's lovely to see you.
Yes, nice to see you.